Good morning, y'all. Welcome in. Come on in. Well, good morning. It's almost afternoon, so yes, I said it right. Good morning. Not quite noon yet. I just dropped little baby off with her daddy. I was so sad driving back to the house. I'm like, because like I said, she had been gone for like a little over a month, so I've been enjoying listening to her talk and getting her back in gear of what's supposed to be what here at home and all of that stuff. And listening to her vocalize, her opinion a little more, So, okay. So I've been enjoying her. My daddy talking about that thing been talking since she got home. Like, she been gone for a long time. That's the longest we've never been away from each other. So I was definitely sad, but I had a point to prove. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on me. So I came in and moped around for a few minutes while she was gone. Because either way, I'm still getting a break, whether I'm sad about it or not. And I looked at my face again, made sure it wasn't draining again. My face is broke out. Probably from stress, probably from being outside so much. Ain't no telling. But my face is broke out again, so as long as it ain't draining, it's open. I've pretty much had it covered up with liquid Band-Aid for like the last 24 hours. And baby, by the time last night rolled around, that liquid Band-Aid was not doing what it was supposed to do. It was burning way longer than what it needed to. I was like, screw it. We're going to stick a gauze on it after we clean it real well. We're going to let that sucker stick to your face. And we're going to lay down and go to sleep. Because by the time I did get sleepy is when that liquid Band-Aid was not trying to cooperate last night at all. I stuck that gauze on my face, put a towel over my pillow, and lay down. And Diamond was like, "You gotta stop scratching it." I know, girl. I know. It's like a little kid. When you got a sore, you just gotta mess with it. The only thing with this was it was itching and it's on my face. So it was kind of hard to avoid it. I just needed to dry itself out between now and Wednesday. I'm gonna have to be holding my face while I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes, I am sad, but I'm hungry. But I hope y'all had a great weekend. I ain't do much. Like I said, I ended up with Diamond longer than expected. But it was still cool. We chilled. We ended up having family dinner with my grandma. So a win is a win, baby. She got to talk to one of her TTs that she had been wanting to talk to, been whining about. Girl, we all got a whole lot going on right now. You'll get to talk to her. Because again, once this started going on, keeping up with family members, favorites or not, mending relationships or not was not important no more because Diamond was important. So anything with everybody was no longer important, other than the ones that I made clear that were still a factor. But other than that, so she was all excited and stuff. Because again, I pushed everybody out once all this stuff started happening. Because we were intertwined so much. On the back end, I stopped talking to everybody. When I did come around and when I did talk, that was what it was. When I didn't, I didn't. When I didn't want to, I didn't want to. And that was just what that was. So, I came in, fixed me something to eat. Walked around on the floor for a little bit without no shoes on while it was clean because me and my mom pretty much swept it multiple times this week. So I was walking around without no shoes on, just feeling the flow. Because it rained this morning, so, and I think it's supposed to rain again later on. I'm not sure, but I probably won't go outside, for one, because of my face. That way I don't irritate it no more. Me going to take Diamond around the corner was good enough because I rode with the window down just to, give it some air. The rain had stopped, so, and there wasn't any puddles the way I went, so I was good. So the other night, Diamond and I had taquitos and chili and rice. And I just made plain white rice with some cilantro in it. That was it. I didn't have any lime juice, and I only had a little bit of chili and lime seasoning left out in the pantry, but I had used it on something else earlier in the week. I think my nachos or something like that. So I just did plain rice. So Diamond was like, well, excuse me, since you're doing plain rice, can you put some sugar in it? I said, well, I'm going to put some cilantro in it. It ain't going to be plain. She was like, so now you can't put no sugar in it? So at first I was thinking like, no, I don't want no sweet cilantro rice. But I didn't put a whole lot of cilantro in it when she said that. And I did put like a little 1 scoop of sugar in it, and it actually went well together. And I said, okay. I mean, because you put sugar in your chili, so I guess it goes. She's talking about C. I said, ain't no C. I said, because normally I do my sugar rice with like pork chops or some chicken or with my breakfast with some sausage and bacon. I ain't think to do that with my damn taquito and chili. But it worked. Now I have had heard of people doing sweet Spanish rice for their kids, but I don't do that. I never did that with my food. Corn is probably the only thing I put sugar in because I don't make too many things that I don't like to eat that I have to put sugar in, if that makes sense. Like I get it, growing up, our grandparents or great grandparents put sugar in like our beans and or certain beans and certain vegetables and stuff like that. But corn is the only thing I put sugar in on a regular. Um, well, not anymore because that was how my ex liked his corn. He liked sweet corn. Now I just make corn how grown folks eat their corn, just regular. I just buy sweet corn and then I season it however I'm gonna season it. But like I said, Diamond eat pretty much however I cook. That's why I don't like her being out from up under me too long. Cause I don't you come around with me with that picky ass eating that shit. Baby. You can eat this. Whether it's vegetables or some nachos or some wings or whatever. Do that. The only thing I don't force that baby to eat is macaroni and cheese. That's it. She brought that up the other day. Talking about, I can't remember who house I went to, mama. I just know when I went and I tried theirs, it didn't taste like yours, and I was like, I don't want it no more. I said, yeah, I understand the feeling, child. It's okay. Well, yeah, I enjoyed that little stuff when she was back at the house. Like I said the other day, that thing was trying to get out of help and clean up the kitchen. Man, your grandparents said that you were actually supposed to be cleaning up the whole kitchen. I'm not forcing that on you. I'm cleaning up the kitchen for you. You finna come put these dishes up. Tell me, you'll be okay with the ugly face. With the ugly face. You can pout the whole time you put these dishes up. Just don't break nothing. Because again, Diamond is still a little kid to me. So I still do everything for Diamond. The only thing that I'm really working on the only thing that needs to be enforced and the only thing that we're going to have to keep working on her with is cleaning up on herself. Like most kids. Excuse me. I'm just not finna bribe her and reward her and none of that bullshit to get her to clean up behind herself and all of that stuff, because my mom and daddy didn't do that to us. They didn't give us no allowance. You know, we worked for whatever little dollars, that we made in the house. Because obviously they're our parents and they paying the bills. So my daddy said, well, don't do that. If I give it to you, I give it to you, but you ain't doing no chores for no money. Because then that turns into the whole strike thing, which I understood. I understood where my daddy was coming from when I was younger. Because I was just the smartest one to do it. Oh, well, daddy, you ain't paid me, so no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. Because I would have been the one to do it. We all would have got a whooping because of me. So, but yeah, I pretty much do everything for them. And I feel like as her mom, that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, like when I was working, yeah, girl, I need you to pull your weight a little bit more. But when I stopped working or whatever, I didn't care. The only time I did, it was an issue, was when I was hurt. And she could obviously see I was hurt. And she was definitely testing the waters, testing to see how fast I can get up and all of that stuff. But I definitely told her, girl, you got to be able to do that more than 24 hours, helping and cleaning up and keeping a good attitude and stuff like that. I'm not saying you ain't going to be sad throughout the day at some point or you're not going to be unhappy, period. But what I'm saying is this unnecessary attitude, it's got to cease, child. Because you don't want to do something or because you don't want to do nothing. And it's not that she don't want to do nothing. It's just, my thing is, like everybody else, if you can dump out your whole toy box to play, you can take your time and clean it up. It's different if you have, company or you got help making the mess. That's one thing. But when you make that whole mess by yourself, poo-poo, you got to clean that mess up by yourself. And which I told her, depending on what it is, I don't mind helping her clean it up or whatever the case may be, but she's old enough to do it herself. It's a difference if I just come in her room while she's in the middle of cleaning and just start helping her do something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, baby, you're not 5. And by 5, you were pretty much cleaning up your whole room on your own. You just got taken out of your element too long. By 4, you were cleaning up your whole room by yourself. With maybe just a little bit of direction from me. Put that there. Put that here. No, that's too small. You know, that's too big to go right there. Put it somewhere else. You know, stuff like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm rubbing my feet together, and I haven't put nothing on my skin. I haven't put anything on my skin yet. Just the areas of my body that's irritated right now. That's the only thing I put on my skin. Because, baby, what's up? And she said she ready to go back to school. She like she just miss her friends. I said, that's all it is. I said, but baby, you got to make sure you paying attention in class this school year. Because again, I showed my whole ass for you this last school year. Please don't make me have to show my whole ass next school year. Because, baby, mm-mm. Because I'm like, if I'm asking you to give me the information or send me this or let me know X, Y, and Z, baby, don't wait till the end of the damn quarter and say, oh, well, this is going on and that's going on and that's missing and this, that, and the third and da 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 da. Girl, I had teachers like you, bruh. Don't be fucking over my baby. Because again, if the grade is solely on the work that they were doing in class, then okay, again, I'm not seeing no grades. But if the grade is based on that, how they're grasping the concept and their behavior in class, then okay, we still need a discussion. Because the only thing Diamond going to do is talk. I think we done knocked out some of them other kinks. But the most Diamond going to do is talk. So I'm excited for her for next school year. I'm excited for her to just be in a new grade. Because last school year was a whole lot. For her and for I don't think he was affected at all last school year. But for her and I, last school year was a little frustrating. It was a little frustrating. It was definitely hard trying to keep her positive and stuff like that. And I was going through all the things that I was going through, you know, on the back end. So, but I'm just glad we got through it. Like I said, when I failed the class, I was in high school. And that was the only one. By that time, I was tired and on my way out the damn door. Man, let's get this shit over with. Tell me, am I not gonna graduate on time? Okay, well, what's my punishment? All right, well, let's keep it rolling. Because at that point, I was done. I was done. Wasn't even sad about that damn. I was more frustrated, if anything. Because, baby, that teacher did not like me for whatever reason. And I did not care. Because it was personal for her, not for me. Hell, I was still pissed off at the fact that our teacher up and left us. And it wasn't even like with us, teachers was retiring or none of that bullshit. No, teachers was leaving our asses in the middle of the semester, in the middle of the 6 weeks. Like, damn, are we just that bad what we do? Or we done outsmarted the teacher in some sort of way. Like, God, no. Because, again, when I was in Oak Cliff, I don't remember no teacher just quitting on us. I don't give a damn what we did. Didn't no teacher quit on us. So, baby, and before I got to high school, I don't believe a teacher had ever quit on us. So to get to high school, and at this time I'm in the suburbs, bruh, teachers can just quit on you in the middle of the 6 weeks like that? Like, shoot. I thank God for that chemistry replacement, though. He did his big one. Oh, thank you. I don't know who you are for you to say that I still look cute and pretty, even though my face is all broke out, but thank you. But baby, yes. He did his big one for us. But yeah, baby. Mm. I feel like if you quit in the middle of the school year, for anything other than like an emergency or family things and stuff like that, or retirement, I feel like you just didn't want to be a teacher. I feel like even if it started out rough, you're supposed to at least make it to the end of the school year. Now, I have come across people who said that like they taught for like a year or two, and then that's what it was for them, or they used that year or two and moved on to something else. But it's like, baby, to just quit on some kids. Again, I understand kids being bad as hell, because again, we were young and we were bad or mischievous or whatever word you want to use. I just went with the flow of the group. I really wasn't all that bad. I just always got caught in the bad group. But it's just, to quit on a whole group of people, a whole class, or a whole, department or whatever, that's crazy. And I think that's why I'm like that, because I've had teachers quit on, me or my class or whatever the case may be. So I just, want to make sure that whatever I'm doing teaching wise, whether it's teaching at a school or a job, whatever case may be, I don't want to come off as, a quitter to somebody that I was teaching. Because, baby, in her school, one of my her teachers was like she was leaving because of some business things, and later on I found out what those things were because it was done to me. Baby, I was so upset. I said, I ain't gonna never learn how to do the finger wave now because you leaving. And she bust out laughing. Talking about, so if I stay, you gonna really focus on how to do it? I said, mm-hmm. And when I don't want to, I'm just gonna throw the mannequin like I did the last time. Because, baby, them finger waves. I could do, a scrunch? I could do one of them. But, baby, me and that finger wave will never be. It will never be. Mm-mm. I think I've had one done on my head. That sucker was itchy. But I at least can say I did it. I allowed someone else to do it on me. But, baby, that sucker was itchy. Mm-mm. And at that time, I was only used to using gels for like quick weaves and stuff like that. So, mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mowed this hair down flat. Don't want no air in between them strands of hair. Then I didn't. Because if your hair didn't dry or whatever the case may be the right way, you get mowed up under your glue or that glue will be on your scalp. Which at some point it will a little bit, but unless you advanced in your molding. Because in the beginning there was nothing. You slapped that shit on there. So, but baby, mm-mm. Somebody asked me about a quick weave well after I stopped doing quick weaves, and I'm thinking to myself, baby, it's hot in Texas. Y'all still get them shits? Because I'm not understanding. And unless the only time you outside is to go from a building to your car and back, it's too hot. Because I know everybody ain't parking by the office door. It's too hot to walk that far in the parking lot with all that glue and shit on top of your head. Mm-mm. Especially when half these jobs want you looking a particular way for the particular job. Mm-mm. Baby, how quick we will be sitting on my desk because of how hot it be. Or for how much, work or whatever we got going on. That's why I don't like this shit. If it ain't a sew-in, don't put it on my scalp. Mm-mm-mm. And the fact that even though I'm not an athlete anymore, I still like to go outside and be in the elements. Not playing in the dirt. Not playing with the animals. I don't mind getting dirty or whatever, but it just definitely depends on what it is. But baby, if I can't get to my scalp, if I can't feel a breeze, mm-mm. The only way I should not feel a breeze on my scalp is if my hair is too big. That's it. My natural hair. Because again, I've had my hair shaved off. I've had a shaved mohawk. I've had all of that. Um, and I don't want to shave my head again. At least not right now. Maybe when I'm older, I might do that again. I might go like skin, but for right now, I'm playing in my hair. So I don't have nothing planned today. Like I said, little baby just left this morning. Literally, haven't been back that long from dropping her off. Hell, I'm still looking at her tablet from waking her up this morning. So sitting around, probably look on some more websites for some more jobs or whatever, and let this face dry out. Cause it's ugly. It's ugly. And I need things. I was supposed to do her this weekend, but she had stuff to do. I'm like, bruh, the horror of being an entrepreneur. But this is the life I chose. I don't complain about it. I only have an issue with it when somebody else is complaining to me about whatever it is they're complaining to me about. Other than that, I don't mind it. Like I said, I thank God for having understanding parents when it comes to certain stuff, whether we fighting or not. So, because like I already said, whenever this is able to pay my bills, because I'm pretty sure at some point it will, because it has before. Not all my bills, but it's paid a few bills. It's paid a couple. Then, I'll be okay. Because like I said, I don't mind working a regular job and doing her. I just have to be able to still be a parent. I don't mind doing shit. I just still got to be able to be a parent. Because being a parent comes first. But I do hair because I like it. And I have my license. So, I mean, why not? And with the whole regular job thing, again, if I'm finna be fighting with racists and old people for 8 hours when I could be somewhere else doing something else, yeah, no, that's a problem for me. Sorry, because that's really the only thing that I have an issue with. I don't really pay attention to the young people because I just roll my eyes and keep on going. It be to my old people. Like I said, them young people make you want to slap the fuck out of them, which is what happened at their last job. But old people, I say what I'm going to say and I go about my way. You keep your hands to yourself. I keep my hands to myself. Because again, you don't know me from somebody else off the street. The most you can say about me is about my appearance. And again, we're grown-ups, bro. We were saying that dumbass shit when we were kids. So I'm probably not going to be on here long. Because I'm sad because I had to go drop my baby out. But I'm pretty sure I'll get over it. I'm pretty sure I will. It's just because it's fresh and because I hadn't seen her in so long. And she's gotten so tall. I mean, she probably ain't grew that much, but she just looks so big. It's still delicious. And when I finally did go to sleep last night, it was time to get up. Cause cause I had coffee at like 5 p.m. something like that yesterday. Cause I wanted some coffee, and I didn't plan on going to bed early. Cause I was like, the longer we stay up, we'll sleep through the night or whatever. And we ain't just up just to be up, till it's time for her to go back to her daddy. Baby, we was up. I think I dozed off for a little bit at like 10 o'clock, and then after that, we was just sitting up. I was tossing and turning and shit because of my face. She was on her tablet. But I'm finna get off and find something to do with myself, which is probably a bunch of nothing until she call me or whatever the case may be. And then I might be back on later or I might be back on tomorrow. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's Monday.